Well, hello. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Maddog Merv, and we have an overcast day today. Hasn't started raining yet, but it soon will. Let's see what's going on the channel today, shall we? Welcome to Morning Coffee. Maddog Merv today. Got our French roast this morning again. I wonder I'm a big fat guy. I mean, holy cow.
I always had a schmear. A schmear.
He's probably going for bagels. His friends steal.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it.
I have no clue.
And I got a bunch of chores to do. Oh, who wants to do that?
Today's shout out goes to a channel that I've mentioned before, and it's my friend Brendan Belknap with Family 4x4 and More. He's got an update on the Beast, which is that converting the four-door, I want to call it an Explorer, but I can't remember if it was an Explorer or a Ranger. But anyway, it's now 4 doors. And the LS6 he's got stuffed in there is running. Looks great. He's added some lights. Still working on the interior, but he's got a long way there too. But the fab work for the fender flares, the exhaust, man, this thing, it's really starting to look good. And I'm very impressed with the fab work he's done just there in the backyard. So check it out. Family 4x4 and More. Well, this last week we didn't have a main show, but we did have a kit hoarder stash. And with that kit hoarder stash, we looked at the the Sunbeam Tiger kit. Now, what sparked my interest in that whole thing was back in high school, across from the local junior high school, there was a guy that in his garage had a Sunbeam Tiger. And it was so cool to see that big V8 in that little tiny car. Well, fast forward to, and you know what, guys, I knew about Get Smart, and I watched it from time to time. I don't think I ever saw an episode end to end, so I didn't get it from the Get Smart, part, because that's what he drove around in. But counting cars, you guys know I love watching Danny Coker and his show that's now been discontinued, which is really sad. But one of the episodes, they are talking with a guy in a garage that has a Sunbeam Tiger. Hello, squirrel. Just had a squirrel run by. And they kind of go through it in detail and talk a little bit about it. And it re-sparked my interest, so I started hunting down a model kit and found one. Really, it's interesting. You got this tiny little car with a great big engine. Well, not great big, but it sure is bigger. Reminds me of the old MGB GT with the V8 that one of the guys in our MG club years ago had. Really cool. That was the Buick, aluminum Buick. What was it? It was a 200 cubic inch Buick aluminum block, and woo, yeah. But this Tiger, yeah, this definitely is something that's been on my list for years. Looking at the kit doesn't look too bad, but there's some things that, like I said in the review, look a little undersized. We'll find out when I print a body to put in there and see if they can actually fit in the seat in the interior. But the engine isn't terrible, although I'll probably use a 3D printed one. I hope you guys got something out of it, because I'm excited to get going on that. And of course, it's probably going to be red, of course, like any good sports car. Yes, Cruella, put your ball down. Crazy dog. Anyway, this week for the kit hoarder stash, I'm not sure what we'll do, but man, I got a bunch of stuff, and we will have a stash. Just not sure what we'll have yet, so stay tuned for that on Thursday. So we will have a main show tomorrow, and while I have been trying to get the Torino put back together since its little mishap with the reorganization of the doghouse, this week I did something a little bit different. I just needed some me time. I felt that I was getting too wrapped up in projects and things that needed to be done, and I just didn't feel right about how I was. So this week it was spring break, meaning that all the grandkids that are here and in the neighborhood now, because we got the 3 houses, they had no school, so they were over here. My little Finley, he wanted to spend some time with Grandpa, so he wound up here from Sunday night until he took a little break on Wednesday and then was back yesterday, or was back Thursday, and he stayed from Thursday till yesterday. So it was a wonderful time with the grandkids. But let me tell you what I did. I spent a lot of time out here. You hear the waterfall. I did a lot of yard work. And yeah, don't mind the yard. It's all torn up thanks to the dogs. But I got my little planters all planted, and all of my little solar lights out. Actually looks pretty neat around here at night now. Anyway, in doing that, I found this new form of relaxation that was just kind of a sit back, watch the kids play, enjoy really doing nothing and just decompressing. This was great. So along with that, I didn't spend a lot of time modeling. But what I did do is I thought, I really need a project that's just one of those weekend projects. You model builders know what I mean. You'll be working on some project for months and months and months, and every once in a while you just need to build something quick and easy that you can have great results in a real short time. That's what I needed, and I got it. So remember the squawk van that we did the review on just recently from the Stranger Things series? Well, I built that. And I did it for a certain reason, not for Stranger Things. I actually did it because of this diorama that I'm putting together that we've talked about, I've told you guys about. And what I want to do is I want to have kind of like a bandstand area. I want to have a band playing, like, music in the park kind of thing, people dancing. And besides a food truck, I didn't need, but I wanted a van, like a radio station van on site that could, how can I put it, be like a mobile radio station type thing. And this van has all that cool stuff inside. So I thought, okay, this will work great. It has an engine molded into the pan, so I didn't have to worry about that. No opening hood. The suspension was pretty much molded in, so it made it a lot easier build. There was just a bunch of painting to do. So I did it, and I'm gonna show you guys tomorrow the build. I like how it turned out. As you guys know, for the month of April, I don't like to just celebrate my birthday on one day. I like to make it a celebration, and the reason I like to make it a celebration is, I've had so many wonderful things in my life, so many wonderful people, and I have a lot to celebrate. So usually I spend a few weeks prior just doing what you would do during a celebration period of time, like Mardi Gras, except for I don't run around shirtless, as far as you know. Not that the police have been called or the neighbors have complained or anything, but no. One of the things I really like to do is watch some of the older movies that have influenced me over the years that I love. And it's always fun to go back, and it's always nostalgic. I haven't done that so far this year until this week. I don't know what possessed me to do it. I really don't, but I rented Xanadu. Now, please don't judge me, you guys, but for you older cats that remember Michael Beck, Olivia Newton-John, Gene Kelly, what an awesome movie. But here's the funny thing: as I'm watching the credits, in the very beginning, it says one of the choreographers is a guy named Kenny Ortega. Well, he also was the choreographer for the High School Musical series of movies that were done here you know, 20 years ago, less than 20 years ago, but here in Salt Lake City. So Kenny Ortega's become quite a well-known name locally here. And poof, here he is on this from 1980 when it was made. And I noticed that the dancing, because the dancing was always, to me, a little over the top. I mean, very much a musical, but not quite a musical. But the dancing was very along the lines of a musical. Well, now I understand, because after seeing his name, I went, oh yeah, this dancing is the same, very, very similar to what you see in, the style is very similar to what you see in the High School Musical series. So I really enjoyed watching it this time. I watched it 3 times. It takes me back. First of all, Michael Beck and his hairdo reminds me of back in the day when I looked very similar to that. I wasn't a roller skater though. I never could roller skate. I tried a few times, and it would have been fun to actually do what they did there. But and I remember the fair-haired girl, the Muse, that I hung around with that kind of gal as well. It was just really a cool, nostalgic movie to take me back to, I hate to say my best days, but a time in my life that was carefree, happy, and just amazing. I mean, remember, I grew up in the muscle car era, where where Mustangs, Camaros, Chargers, Roadrunners, Malibus were on every street corner, and so going back to that, that happy time in my life, real happy time in my life, it's fun for me. So anyway, don't judge me, but yes, I love Xanadu, one of my favorites, and I've got some other ones on tap today. I won't share with you just yet, but we'll talk about those another time. So, well, folks, that's it for this week. It's been fun. It's been wonderful. It's been relaxing, and I'm pretty stoked to get going on this diorama. I've got most of the components together. I just got to get them painted and get them put in there. So, well, we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Yeah, join us tomorrow for this squawk van. It turned out pretty cool, and we'll do a kit hoarder stash this week, and of course we'll see you back for morning coffee next week. Take care, you guys.